Hey everybody, this is Randy with Concept One, and today we're going to be doing an install of our Victory Series pulley system on this big block Chevy engine. Along the way, we'll show you some of the things that make our pulley systems unique.
First up, let's go ahead and install the crank pulley using the supplied 3/8-16 by 1 inch long socket head cap screws. Use red Loctite on the threads and torque all bolts to spec. Next, install the 4 water pump studs. They should be installed 3/4 of an inch deep. Use blue Loctite or Teflon sealant to avoid leaks. You can use a wrench to tighten the studs. Do not over tighten. Before attaching the compressor main bracket and alternator power steering main bracket, coat the O-rings with grease. This will help keep them attached to the brackets during the installation process. When attaching the main brackets, make sure that the O-rings stay seated in their grooves. If they move, they could get pinched, which may result in a coolant leak. Your Concept One pulley system attaches to the strongest part of your engine, the block itself. The result is an exceptionally rigid design and full compatibility with all brands of cylinder heads, as well as standard and tall deck blocks. The main brackets attach to the engine block by way of 4 7/16-14 by 1.5 inch flathead cap screws and 1 3/8-16 by 1.5 inch flathead cap screw. Leave the 2 main brackets slightly loose until after the water pump is installed in the next step. You'll torque the main brackets to spec at that point. Next, we encourage you to test fit the water pump to make sure that the water pump studs are installed correctly. The stud should protrude about 3/4 of an inch. You should not be able to see any of the unthreaded portion of the water pump studs. If necessary, the water pump stud depth can be adjusted without having to remove the 2 main brackets. Just remember not to over tighten the water pump studs. Once the water pump stud depth has been finalized, be sure to tighten all of the main bracket hardware before installing the water pump. This is also a good opportunity to grease the O-rings that will fit between the main brackets and the water pump prior to installation. Now it's time to install the water pump. Secure the water pump using the 4 hex standoff nuts supplied in the kit. The 2 shorter 3-inch hex standoff nuts are for the passenger side, while the longer 3.13-inch hex standoff nuts are used on the driver's side. Tighten the water pump hex standoff nuts to approximately 35 foot-pounds. The O-ring grooves between the water pump and the main brackets are designed to prevent the O-rings from being crushed. Let's install the power steering pump and reservoir. You'll notice that the main bracket is marked with 2 positions, Corvette and Other. Use the position that's appropriate for the kit that you purchased. Power steering pump hardware consists of 2 5/16-18 hex head bolts with washers. The longer of the 2 bolts, 3.75 inch long, goes in the top position through the reservoir. There's a spacer that fits between the pump and the main bracket. You'll need to hold the power steering pump, reservoir, and hardware together as you fit it in place. If you purchased our mini billet reservoir shown here, it will arrive to you already installed on the power steering pump. Though our reservoir is designed to be compact, should you run into any steering gear or chassis clearance issues, do not attempt to remove the reservoir from the power steering pump. Contact us for other reservoir options. Tighten the power steering pump hardware and torque to spec. Leave the power steering pulley off. We'll be installing that in a later step. Install the alternator spacer using two 3/8-16 1 3/4 socket head cap screws. You'll notice that the alternator bracket attaches directly to the main bracket. As such, the design is compatible with all brands of cylinder heads. Next, we'll install the alternator arm bracket using two 3/8-16 by 1 inch socket head cap screws. They attach to the hex standoff nuts that secure the water pump onto the engine. Leave this bracket slightly loose for now. The last step in completing the alternator bracket installation is to install two 2-inch long spacers using 3/8-16 by 3-inch long socket head cap screws. This cradle design supports your alternator both front and rear for maximum rigidity and rock-solid reliability. We recommend coating your main alternator bolt, which is a 3/8-16 by 3-inch long socket head cap screw, with anti-seize to facilitate serviceability down the line. We recommend getting the lower bolt started, then moving on to the upper bolt. Once that's reasonably tight, you can go back and finish the lower bolt. That's just a great way to make sure everything tightens up square. Once the alternator bolts are in place, you can go ahead and start tightening down the bracket hardware as well as the alternator hardware. Note that your alternator will ship with the pulley installed and the nut torqued to spec. We're using a mock-up alternator here for this install. And likewise, your alternator pulley cover will also come to you fully installed. It attaches by way of an O-ring. Here is your AC compressor arm bracket along with standard and metric hardware. The design is very similar to the alternator bracket. The arm attaches to the water pump standoffs and the main bracket, forming a rigid cradle for the AC compressor. Start by attaching the compressor arm to the water pump hex standoffs using 3/8-16 by 1 inch socket head cap screws. Leave the compressor arm slightly loose to facilitate installing the spacer as well as the AC compressor itself. While we install the spacer, take a look at the AC compressor brackets. An SD7 compressor weighs a hefty 10 pounds and is under tremendous load, particularly as RPM increases. Places a lot of stress on the brackets themselves, so we designed the system so that it supports the unit both front and rear. To install the AC compressor itself, start with the lower front M8-1.25 by 25 socket head cap screw. We find it's best to hold the AC compressor alongside the bracket, then install the lower front bolt, hinge the unit into place, and install the upper front bolt. It really helps to fully seat the two front metric bolts so that it's easier to align the rear bolt boss for the AC unit. The rear bolt is a 7/16-14 by 1.5 inch socket head cap screw along with a 7/16 washer. Due to limited clearance, it's recommended that you use a 3/8 hex key to tighten the rear bolt. Install the belt tensioner onto the front of the AC compressor arm using a single 3/8-16 by 2.5 inch flange bolt. At this time, you can tighten all hardware associated with the AC compressor bracket assembly. Please note that the AC compressor in this video is shown with the Concept One billet manifold and pulley cover installed. These parts are shipped to you uninstalled. Power steering pump ships with a pulley flange pressed onto the shaft. We do this to ensure that the flange is pressed onto the shaft at the proper depth. This results in proper pulley alignment and saves you from having to press the pulley on yourself. The power steering pulley is attached to the flange by way of 3 1/4-20 socket head cap screws. Be sure to use red Loctite when installing these screws. Here's the last step. A 6-rib serpentine belt is included with your system along with a belt routing diagram. We recommend that you wrap the belt around all of the accessory drive pulleys, saving the tensioner for last. Using a 1/2 inch breaker bar or ratchet, rotate the tensioner to facilitate moving the belt into its final position. Check that the belt is fully seated on all pulleys. That's it. In order to go over all the hardware and make sure everything's good and tight, use a small diameter screwdriver or center punch in the unused power steering hole. Be sure to recheck all hardware as well as belt tension after a few braking miles.